And you will see a synagogue now, a really nice hidden synagogue that was built just inside of another building. So if you look to the right hand side, you see this blue bus, the blue bus which is almost stopping on the street. Just a bit in front of this blue bus, you see a U-shaped apartment building, and in the middle of this U-shaped apartment building, there's something which you might think it's a church, but it's not a church. This is a synagogue. In Budapest, we had more than 30 synagogues all over the city, and then this one is not operating anymore, but there's a small museum, and if you are going with a group, you can visit it. So the synagogue is right now kind of parallel or in one line with the wheelhouse of the captain, where the two blue buses are passing by. Really interesting architecture solution that basically they build this building inside the courtyard of a residential apartment building. So now the nice beauties are coming up. Both sides of the river Danube are part of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites since 2004 and is protected as such. On the right hand side we'll see a hospital, but this is not a government-owned hospital, but we'll see a hospital that is owned by the nuns, and it's a special one because they have their own hot springs, so there are thermal baths inside the hospital, and of course then this really serves for those people who have some shape. Again, it's a huge complex that is the hospital, and the swimming pool, a nice swimming pool, is on our left hand side in this island where you can see some runners running around. Alright, in front of us now comes a nice bridge. This is an old bridge, so it was not built by the communists. In fact, really contrarily, it was built by Gustav Eiffel's architecture office. I'm sure you heard about the Eiffel Tower, or maybe you've been to Paris. So the same office designed this bridge. Right hand side you see the hospital, by the way, I was talking about, just where the wheelhouse is. And then you see the bridge. The structure of the bridge really uses the same structure as the Eiffel Tower was built. The bridge is not over-decorated because actually the architect of the bridge said the most beautiful decoration of this bridge itself is the view that you can see from the bridge. So actually, this is right now, I think, the most beautiful view that you can see all over the city, because you see all the sites at once. So you can take it in one picture, all the sites. So we're gonna go through these sites together now. Starting from the left. On the left side you see this huge building, which is our parliament building, and it is not only our parliament building, but this is the third biggest, largest parliament building in the world. Afterwards, in front of us, you see the chain bridge, the oldest permanent stone bridge being built over the river Danube. Behind the stone bridge, you see a hill, and at the top of the hill there's kind of like a figure. That's a lady actually, and that's our Statue of Liberty, and that's the highest point of the inner hill. Then we are going towards to the right. The right, at the top of the hill, you see a huge building with a green dome. That's our palace, and then you see this nice church on the right, and the top of the hill, that's the Matthias Church, an area that we're gonna visit on our city tour. So this is kind of a general overview of this view. Now let's talk a bit about the Parliament building, which is coming up on your left-hand side. The largest building in Hungary with 609 rooms, 10 inner courtyards, 27 entrances. The cost to build the Parliament building equals and then we are going to go under the kind of the landmark of the city. So that is the Eiffel Tower for the Parisians, or the city. We felt really sorry So that's why this name is named after this Archbishop Gellert. And at the top of the hill you see a lady holding a palm tree branch. That is our Statue of Liberty, which was erected here after the Second World War, erected by the Russians actually, as a liberalization monument. I will continue the story, but look to the right. You see this complex, not just on the right side next to the bridge. Now we are kind of passing it already. This is another spa. This is another really nice spa, which was first a Turkish spa, and then afterwards it was renovated. And you can even see some heads because there's an outside jacuzzi at the top, from where you can just soak in the hot water and see all the different buildings on the banquet. The outside jacuzzi is right in the last part with this open door. But here, because really after the Second World War, the Russians liberated us and the war was over, so we were in that part when this monument was built only right after Joseph Bridge, before the Russians came here. But the Russians hated the Habsburgs and everything that has to do with like kind of capitalism and imperialism and the royal families, so that's why the bridge was renamed to Liberty Bridge. So basically the bridge in front of us, Franz Joseph Bridge, and the bridge behind us, Queen Elizabeth Bridge, would capture the love of the royal couple forever. And now if you look to the left hand side, just behind this bridge you see a huge building, and that huge building is the custom house, and behind that huge building you see a building with two colorful towers. That is the covered market hall. So this is the covered market hall that I recommended for you to go during your free time. So the one with the colorful tiles, it looks like as maybe a railway station. It's a really nice iron and glass structure, by the way. And we now, with this new docking space, we're gonna just dock even closer to the covered market hall on the other side, so you can go to the side entrance. The idea was really easy. On the left, the first building was the custom house. There were tunnels going underneath the building, so goods were shipped inside, customs were levied, and then afterwards, you know, they built a covered market just behind the custom house so that you can sell your goods really easily for everyone. Nowadays, this building on the left-hand side, this is the University of Economics, really important building as I studied here for my university. So this one on the left-hand side is a custom house, and on the right-hand side you see another nice building, which is part of the largest university in Hungary, the University of Technology, where engineers are trained. Actually, almost all the buildings between the bridge behind us, the green bridge, and the bridge in front of us are part of this huge university, and obviously the old main building would be the one with the colored tiles on your right-hand side. We had a famous professor here who was actually before that a nice student in the university, and his name was Rubik. Have you heard about Mr. Rubik? Yes, the Rubik's Cube. Yes, so he studied here. Okay, I will show you another spa. So now on the right hand side you see this Art Nouveau building which says Gellert, and it has two green small domes. That's another spa. That's the Gellert spa. So there's another hot spring on this side of this this hill. At the moment we're gonna turn around as we'll dock right. Okay, there's maybe one building we haven't touched upon yet, and this is the building next to which we're gonna be docked. And this looks as kind of like a modern building which is incorporated into some older buildings, because this is actually the case. So now on your right hand side you can see two old warehouses. These two old warehouses were renovated, and then an Austrian architect came 6-7 years ago, and this Austrian architect had the idea to build this structure which is called the whale building, because it looks like as if a big fish would lying on the bank of the river. This is like a half shopping mall, half gallery, and there are some really nice bars. So if you would like to go out and maybe you would like to have some nice beer, one of my favorite beer places inside this building in Budapest, just at the front where kind of the mouse is the whale, there is this beer place that sells craft beer. So it's not commercial beer, but local craft beer from Hungary for 3 euros. Really nice ones you can have, and you can sit on the bank of the river Danube, where you see these lot of umbrellas. Yeah, half of them are still closed because the place will open later on. It's a bit too early for drinking, I guess. It's never too early for Hungarians, but still maybe 9 o'clock. All right. So basically, once again, we'll do the tour now. 9:30. You know, it's gonna take. This is the side we are docking, and
building when it was the film shooting. And this you see the two different colors of the spa. The first one was built up 13 years before the second range, and that was
That's right.
And then he discovered that the paprika is the main vegetable which maintain also this highest part of the vitamin C.
What kind of fruit was
And
it?
he got also
Papa,
for
right?
it the Nobel Prize, and also this circuit which he founded. And now we just reaching the big boulevard which relate through two bridges, through the Market Bridge and through the Petőfi Bridge, the other side, Buda. And when we go through the big boulevard, on your left hand side you will see a tower, and this is a tower which belongs to the Cafe New York. This Cafe New York, and this is one of the nicest cafe here in Budapest. The decoration is wonderful from the end of the 19th century, and you find also some small Hungarian food and also a good selection of cakes. As you know that Hungary belongs to the Austrian-Hungarian monarch and belong to, and that's why also history, facade of the building, and also the cuisine is very similar. So we have also a very similar cake, what you tasted probably already in Vienna, but if you passed it, so then I highly recommend to you to do it here, because we have very nice flavored cakes. We are now in the 7th district. Budapest has 23 districts. 6 districts are on the other side in Buda, and all the other here in Pest. So you see the surface of Pest is 2 times bigger than the other side in Buda. Pest is more a commercial area and more for young people. Buda is like a residential area and it's more for families. Here on your right hand side is the former synagogue.
Where?
And then we just arriving also at the end of this Jewish quarter, the 7th district. And on your left hand side it will be the synagogue, which is coming with the willow trees in the middle of the garden. Jewish life. Here where the group is on the left hand side, that was the entrance. on the second level. Just next to the building here in that grey house were taken from here, mostly from the countryside, and people who lived in Budapest, they the city church, inner city church, in Baroque and Gothic style, and we now on the Elizabeth Bridge, and have a look on your left and right hand side. Why is calling also as Pearl of Danube, and also Paris from Eastern, because the view is amazing, and the Danube, which is coming from the north towards south during 27 kilometers, divide the city in two parts, Pest and Buda. And we just arrived now because it was in 1896 and it was added 1896 little bulbs, little light, and that's why is the other name is the chain bridge. You will see also in the evening when it's illuminated. On your right hand side, two lions guarding the bridge, and it's saying that the sculptor has forgotten giving tongue to the lions, and that's in many smaller flats, what the people got after. And after the change, after 1989, 1 year later, the Russian left Hungary, then all that state location.
So, we are walking as far as the church, behind us I'm sorry.
Building 15th century.
It's not a lot of traffic coming on.
Vedete la volta? Poi caro.
Kremsek is.
Nicest church in Buda.
Ticket office is pointing over there. Time tickets.
I'm sticking with you.
E pasta hoću se nadati. Odkuma ja ovdje ne vidim.
Real. James shot right here, James.
You guys should all go over there.
I don't know.
Where? 3 people. 4 people.
It's the Buddha side. This is the oldest building. Assholes here. With the yellow asshole.
Was hated from the Hungarian, so pushed, rolled in brick to the Danube. So that was this part there. The left and right hand side, you have an excellent panoramic view all over the city. We are now at the Elizabeth Bridge, and next to us is the Chain Bridge. Between the two bridges, on the west side, you can find also this place when there are the courts over there, the cafes and restaurants, so a pedestrian area. Parallel to the Danube is the pedestrian area Váci utca, Váci Street. At the end of the Café Zserbo, other end is the market hall. So I talked to Gábor because few of them wanted to get off the bus before the market hall, which is 40-meter high, and hold the women figure a palm branch into the here on your right. So the next stop where we have the parking place for the bus, because it wasn't unfortunately enough place, but you will be there at the market hall. It's really in 5 minutes, because the market hall is opposite of the Liberty of the Green Bridge on our left hand side, and where we are arriving, it just you can go back, walk back to the back side of the market hall. And we just arriving, that was the depot lager.
Yeah. It's a big building.
There's no choice. It was...
Did you want to buy?
There's a second floor here. Hey, hon. Lady, stand next to the wall.
Oh man, people over here.
That one is homemade.
What did you eat that was hot? How's the food, you guys? Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Much better than our ship.
pepper, pieces of tomato on top of that too. So it wasn't too bad. It's a different taste than what we've been eating.
What are you eating?
Shopping.
We're done.
I love this place. I know. Fun, huh?
It's gone a little way.
Did you buy a lot of stuff already? Oh, look at the vegetables. Close at 3. 25 minutes. Well, that's what Sid said she saw. I think she saw that.
Yeah, that looks good.
So what does that convert to?
What?
Let's say that.
1,100. 1100. Più le chile. Just one. Grazie.
When you see it, it's not the reflection off the water.
Hey, what's wrong with this?
What?
I'm stuck here.
Yeah. Turn it off, turn it back on.
No,
How about
it's away.
Kecskét, szeretőjük mindig más, az úrunk csak ráadás. La 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 la. Hogy színái híd alatt, leány a legény alatt, azért feküdt alája, viszkezett a bokája. La 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 la. Úgy szeretem a mapot, veszek neki kalapot, de még jobban a papírt, veszek neki kanapét. La 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 la.
Man, that's good reach up there.
To the second bridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not much going on.
It's interesting.
This is pretty out here.
Yeah.
Nice, pleasant.
God, nice
Very
night.
Last day. So we're gonna get to experience it. We got to see it. We experienced Prague. That's what we're just taking a look at.
Well, it's a different city. That's for sure. But I think it's, you know, when they tell you, things that are reasonable here, they need to be.
Oh.